Breath of the Wild had many weapons, most of them breakable, but none as satisfying as perhaps the best weapon/item in the Legend of Zelda series, and that one is the Hookshot. Well, today I want to take a look at the Hookshot and why adding it into the upcoming Tears of the Kingdom would be a great idea for traversal. So I want to have a look at the gameplay mechanics and how Link's new arm could play a huge role in the overall gameplay mechanics of the sequel to Breath of the Wild. Well, if you're new around here or find this useful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below for all the latest Zelda content and turn on notifications by hitting that bell. But before we get into it today, let me know in the comments if you want to see the Hookshot returning to the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and also let us know and share your ideas on how you'd improve the traversal in the game. Well, the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom isn't too far away now, just over 100 days, and we can't be too long away from a Zelda Direct. One topic Nintendo hopefully will cover in a Zelda showcase or a Direct is gameplay, and how they intend to make gameplay different from Breath of the Wild. One glaring admission from Breath of the Wild was one of the most popular weapons or items from the series as a whole, and that is the Hookshot. Breath of the Wild took the series in a different direction, being much more open and free, as off that linear path, but the omission of the Hookshot was an oversight, I think, which Nintendo can fix in their upcoming release. There's plenty of excitement in the Zelda community related to Tears of the Kingdom, and why not? It's not often we have a mainline Zelda release, but we still don't really know too much about the game, especially the gameplay mechanics and what differentiates this title from Breath of the Wild. So Tears of the Kingdom's unique selling point appears to be the Sky Islands, as it's likely Link will be travelling up and down very often, making the prospect of a grapple hook, or the Hookshot, very, very appealing in a game where traversal is going to be all important. Now, before we look ahead to Tears of the Kingdom, let's have a brief look back at Breath of the Wild and why we didn't see a Hookshot in there. Well, we didn't see a traditional Hookshot in Breath of the Wild, and that might be because it was cut content from the game. IG Aonuma has been very open related to the development of Breath of the Wild. We've even seen concept artwork of Link's arm attachments that didn't make it into the 2017 Zelda game. Aonuma said himself that the reason they wanted to make Tears of the Kingdom was because they had so many good ideas for DLC, but they weren't able to fit it all in, and therefore started making a rare Zelda Direct sequel. The concept artwork shows Link's arm. So the concept artwork that we've seen shows off Link's arm having different attachments. One like a hammer, one like Beetle from Skyward Sword, one like a bow, one even firing bombs, and also one that resembles the Hookshot. We only saw sketches of these concepts rather than them making them in the game in prototypes or anything like that, so it is possible that the Hookshot could return in Tears of the Kingdom. I'd imagine Aonuma and the Zelda team are looking at ways to improve on many aspects of Breath of the Wild, and the traversal mechanics could be one area where they could work their magic. The grapple shot or the Hookshot has been successfully deployed in recent or upcoming games, including Halo Infinite, the upcoming Destiny 2 Lightfall expansion, and then we've got Spider-Man 2 coming later in 2023, the follow-up to 2018 Spider-Man, and also 2020's Miles Morales. I'm not really expecting Link to be running around Hyrule like Spider-Man flies around New York, but I do think the Hookshot has potential to dramatically improve on the traversal around Hyrule. Well, next up, I want to have a look at Link's arm. So in Breath of the Wild, we woke up on the Great Plateau, picked up our Sheikah Slate, and then we're introduced to our runes very early on in the game. Effectively, we were given all of our tools that we need to solve all the upcoming puzzles in one go, and that was basically the tutorial for the game. In Tears of the Kingdom, I don't think we're going to have access to our Sheikah Slate. I think it's going to be Link's arm that is going to be the key to unlocking new gameplay mechanics. We've seen in the trailers so far Link reaching out and appearing to interact with time in some way, so Link's arm could be the interactive item similar to the Sheikah Slate from Breath of the Wild, only this time we could do multiple things with that arm. Now, it's possible Nintendo could realise their ideas of having different attachments for Link's arm, and that's the way we get our Hookshot rather than having to find it in a traditional Zelda way through a dungeon or out there in Hyrule tucked away in a chest. So in the Breath of the Wild tutorial, we had the Great Plateau, but this time I think we're going to have that interaction with Ganondorf's corpse. Zelda is going to fall through the floor, and we're going to be transported to an island in the sky with our melted Master Sword and a messed up arm. Okay, next up, let's have a closer look at the potential of the Hookshot coming in Tears of the Kingdom. Well, new traversal mechanics would be very welcome in Tears of the Kingdom. In Breath of the Wild, we could get around on foot, on our trusty horse. However, a way to zip around quickly and easily would be very, very useful indeed. Now, Tears of the Kingdom looks different to Breath of the Wild in that it's going to be much more vertical. So in the trailers that we've seen so far, we've seen Ragged Link climbing what looks to be big roots, which appear to be high in the sky, and maybe he got up there using his hookshot. We've seen a couple of new additions in the teaser trailer so far. First of all, we've seen that huge new glider, which Link lands on after a skydive, after jumping off one of the sky islands. Now, this looks like some kind of sky horse, which can allow us to travel far and hopefully quickly in the sky. We've also seen Link using a flamethrower, although this time he's using his left arm for this one. It looks like it's related to the Zonai in some way, given it's a dragon's head he's wearing on his arm. Yeah, time manipulation is another trick up Link's sleeve in Tears of the Kingdom, and we've seen him use it on a couple of occasions. First, stopping some projectile falling down a hill towards him. Then we've seen him using it to travel high up into the sky, looking like he's reversing something falling and grabbing it to travel upwards. Now, looking at the Sky Islands in the trailers, so far they are a mass of interconnected pieces of Hyrule that have floated into the sky. Link is going to need a way to jump up and climb to get his way onto the Sky Islands, so having something like the hookshot to help him get up there in the first place is going to be useful. I'd imagine Link travelling up to the first Sky Island with the method we've seen in that name reveal trailer, Link reversing time, grabbing onto that block or something and then travelling really far upwards. But when Link is amongst the Sky Islands and he needs to just travel up just a little bit, I don't think it'd make sense to repeat that time reversal mechanic over and over. I think it would make much more sense to grapple between the Sky Islands and keep the traversal nice and easy through his arm. In previous Zelda games, we've seen the hookshot used in traditional ways, helping Link get across gaps, helping Link fend off enemies from a distance, and grabbing items. Sometimes in Zelda games we've been restricted to only using the hookshot on certain surfaces, but Nintendo could really shake things up by opening up the hookshot to be used on nearly any surface. Well, that would allow Link to have much more rapid and fluid movements through Hyrule, and we could see Link use the hookshot to gain momentum to smash himself into an enemy, or to start off an attack, or we could use it to escape from some kind of Sky Guardian. And I think if Nintendo didn't include it in Tears of the Kingdom, especially given the vertical nature of the game, they're really going to be missing a trick. Well, really exciting stuff. We don't have long to wait now. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is due to release on the 12th of May 2023. And we should be seeing some more focused Zelda marketing very, very soon from Nintendo. So keep an eye out for the hookshot and let me know down in the comments when you see it. Well, that is it for this look at the hookshot returning to the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and its potential role in traversal. And as always, thank you so much for watching or listening. For more Legend of Zelda content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to Triforce Times. Or you can check me out on Twitter at Triforce Times. Well, if you enjoyed this video, found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Well, thanks again, and I'll see you soon.